A country which usually dominates global headlines with images like these was in the headlines again this weekend, but this time with images of a different kind.
We have probably the biggest star of the biggest sport in the world playing here tonight, Lionel Messi.
Two high-profile international soccer matches were held in Israel this weekend. On Saturday, in the northern city of Haifa, Italian powerhouse Roma met Premier League club Tottenham Hotspur. And on Sunday, it was the French Super Cup final between champions Paris Saint-Germain and cup holders Nantes in Bloomfield Stadium in Jaffa.
First of all, on the pitch, an hour before game time, the whole stadium was electric. I mean, you can feel the energy here.
Such visits are important not only for the fans, but also to promote bigger issues. While in Israel, Messi, Neymar, Ramos, and the other stars of the French champions met children from an Israeli-based volunteer organization seeking to improve pediatric care in developing countries. The children may come from varying backgrounds, but there's one thing which brings them together.
Football is an excellent way to bring kids together, forget for a moment the current existence, and try to find a different dialogue between themselves, promote civic conversation, civic accountability.
The soccer feast is not over yet, as another big match is scheduled for this coming Sunday, featuring European giants Juventus and Atletico Madrid. Another delight for the fans, and another opportunity to show that this area is much more than just suffering and conflicts.
Well, for more on all this, let's bring in Jonathan Regev live in studio for us. Jonathan, good afternoon to you. What an exciting event right here in Tel Aviv, big night with big stars. What was the atmosphere like then? Because I know we haven't had a match like this with everyone present in the stands since COVID. So what was it like?
Pretty much. And yes, we haven't seen international matches of this kind in Israel. Yes, the French Super Cup was held last year in Israel as well, but it did not feature the big names that were here. This time around, it was a full, a sellout, a crowded Bloomfield Stadium, 30,000 people. Organizers said they could have easily also sold double the amount of tickets. And the atmosphere was very good. As an Israeli soccer fan, I have to say that unfortunately our soccer is not at a very high level. So when finally there is an opportunity to see a game of this kind with these big names, of course it's a big delight for the fans. And as mentioned here, there was a big game on Saturday in Haifa. There was a big game Sunday in Jaffa. There's another one next Sunday. A great summer for the fans here.
So what can we expect in terms of soccer in the future in Israel with matches like this?
First of all, we can, next Sunday, as mentioned, Atletico Madrid and Juventus, two very big European clubs, will play in Israel. We saw that already there is a bid to bring big names to Israel in November, just ahead of the World Cup. Uruguay will hold one of their final matches here against the Israeli teams. And judging by what we've seen here this summer, now that the summer break is about to end in world football, let's hope that the next summer brings even more big games. We saw 3 big games here being played in Israel this summer. Let's hope we see many more next year. It's good not only for the fans but also for the image, as we said in global terms. Israel and the Middle East in general, they sometimes seem like a place of constant conflict and conflict and suffering. There are, of course, but there are also much more beautiful things.